So, the flower, that's you guys. Unless I'm mistaken, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think it is us.
Say your names to the camera and say like your instruments and all that. Give a little introduction to yourselves.
No problem. I'm Eli. I play drums in the Flowers. I like those boom booms.
I'm Christian. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Steven. I play bass on the keyboard.
You play bass on the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So, a legitimate instrument? No, I'm just kidding.
I like it.
No, it's sick.
That's
Honestly,
what every bassist says.
it's weird because we went through like a lot of bass players, and then Eli had the idea to ask Steven to play keyboard bass. And at first I was like, dude, I don't know about that. And I was gonna just teach him how to play bass guitar. And then we had 2 practices with him on keyboards, and it was like
Just like clicked.
it was super clicked. It was like the best thing ever.
Okay, so how old is this band exactly? Because I remember I was working through your Instagram and you have like posts as like old as 5 years. Okay, so like how did you guys get your start? How old are you guys?
Yeah, the Flowers started technically in the beginning, like early 2014, but we played our first show in August of 2014. So the Flowers, like as a whole thing, is almost 10 years old, and obviously me and Eli have been in it the whole time. But yeah, so almost 10 years old.
Well, where did you guys get your start? Like what city are you guys from originally?
We're from Modesto. We got started in Eli's bedroom, just driving his parents crazy every single day after school. Just going home and just playing loud as fuck. So we met in high school and we're both into like very different things, but we just both wanted to just play. So we played like a lot of embarrassing music for a really long time. The Flowers started, it was just, we were really influenced by like the White Stripes, but then also Tyler the Creator and like Odd Future was like making clothes and doing magazines and videos and just doing all this crazy shit. And we just wanted to do that too. We didn't think that there was really anybody else doing that, so someone had to do it. Like done tons of merch. We made backpacks, we did magazines, we did hats, and we've had like what feels like 50 different stickers made, and like just always just trying to make stuff that we thought looked cool. And we haven't done that as much recently. We've been way more into, I feel like, just like playing gigs and wanting to tour and stuff. But yeah, just definitely wanted it to be this whole thing that wasn't just music.
Basically just wanted it to be a world that people could get involved in, where they could just feel creative freedom, overall. And we were just trying to find our own creative freedom and get others to fucking start doing that. We would throw all these art shows back in the day and just put, 50 of our friends on it. Like, just everyone who wants to come put up their art, come do it. If you want to play, come play.
Well, you guys have existed for 9 years, and have you been in Modesto for the majority of your musical career?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both born here. Were you born here? Dude, we're all born and raised in Modesto.
Big mistake. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, hey, you don't get to choose that kind of thing.
I guess so. But how would you have you had any like musical experiences, like career-wise, before the Flowers?
Not to speak of. We played in some bands together from when we were like 15 until we turned 18, and that's when we started the Flowers. Cause yeah,
I mean, pretty much the roles were switched. I was playing guitar and singing. We were playing like 50s rock and roll music. Like, pretty embarrassing to talk about now. But
In retrospect,
we were definitely just young and we actually had a show booked for this like 50s rock band at the fair, and
with the Stanislaus there? Or?
The Stanislaus Fair, and none of our members showed up except for him and me. And we had like a 5-piece band, so
Yeah, it was like a 2-hour set.
yeah.
Well, why didn't they show up? What was the problem?
Because they sucked. It's because they sucked. They weren't about it.
Yeah,
They weren't about the hustle, and we were. And we were 17, and it was really embarrassing. But we went through with it.
So yeah,
we just took turns backing each other up, playing every song we knew.
Yeah.
And then we're like, fuck that, we're the Flowers now.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
But did you guys get paid for that at all? Was there any benefit turnout or no?
No, we didn't get paid, and we played the same time as Joan Jett, so we didn't even
Yeah.
get to watch her.
Wait, Joan Jett played that?
Yeah, at the same time. We
Oh,
would
really?
stop and you'd hear Joan Jett in the distance. And we were just the whole time, this fucking sucks.
So not only do you get like embarrassment from years going by, but you also miss Joan Jett.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Wow, it's just
Yeah.
salt in the wound.
It was all bad.
Mm.
But Flowers did start from that, so.
Yeah.
What's up, fuckers?
Okay, so I also mentioned earlier that, like, although you're the Flowers is like you said like 90 years old, there's like 4 years unaccounted for because like the first post I saw on your Instagram at least was from 5 years ago of you guys playing a show in LA. You're from
Right.
Modesto. How would you get a show in LA?
So,
What show is that?
that is Non Plus Ultra, which
Oh,
is a
really?
great
I
story.
wish that was our first show.
I wish that, yeah. That was a different band's first show. Oog Bogo, that played that show. That was their first show. But I became friends with, or acquaintances, or friendly with Ty Siegel and his wife Danae. And I was trying to book a tour, and I messaged all these people. I had all these friends that were like, "Oh yeah, I'll help you get a show. I'll help you get a show." And Danae was the only one that that actually did the thing, and that is still like so crazy to me. Ty Siegel DJ'd the show, so in between every band, every band he's spinning records, but like, yeah, it's crazy that happened. But it's simple as that. Asked a bunch of people I've known way longer, people that I'm like, know, and it just fell through. But Danae was a superhero and made that happen.
All right, sweet.
And if you don't know Ty Siegel's music, do yourself a favor and listen to everything. Every record's amazing.
All right, sweet. Okay. I remember when I was looking through you guys' Instagram, you guys posted about the Days in Green festival. I think it was like a year ago. What's the story behind that?
You want to take that one, dude?
I don't know.
This is an Eli question.
Days in Green was just basically a weed-friendly festival. The first weed-friendly festival I think they're gonna have in California,
I
maybe.
think so. Yeah.
And I don't know.
Like
there's-
weed vendors, you could just openly smoke pot everywhere. They got all the bands were like, the idea was to get stoner bands.
Yeah. So they have like Wiz Khalifa and I don't know.
Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill was playing and a bunch of just classic weed heroes basically. And yeah, and my dad was a part of putting that on, and they were basically just kind of getting screwed on ticket sales. And once Wiz Khalifa eventually just ended up backing out of the festival, and so that pretty much shut the whole thing down.
It just like kind of like imploded on itself.
Yeah, like 2
exactly.
days before.
Yeah.
Or the day before.
Yeah, the day before.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys ever intend on bringing it back in some capacity or no?
I don't think they're going to.
I doubt they will. I think they lost I don't want to say a number,
Yeah.
but they lost a lot of money.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Like
We were
Firefest.
just on like some small side local stage anyway.
Mm.
But it probably would have been cool.
That would have been fun, yeah. But
Well, what was the ultimate goal? Just to fucking have a weed-friendly music festival? Or
Yeah, I think it was run by a dispensary in
It
town.
was run by a local dispensary, yeah. So it was basically just a big, giant promotion for them.
Oh.
You know, if it did happen, they would have their banners everywhere, and they would be the only ones selling weed there. And
It's like Vans World Tour. It's just like basically
pretty
a full
much, exactly.
promotional stunt.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
Okay, here we go.
So when I was doing like some research, like for this interview, I found your guys' YouTube under the name of Creature Eye Records or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and also found the page for it on Instagram of Creature Eye Records. Can you explain to me like what that was exactly?
Okay, Creature's Eye is like just a name. We had like people that were starting labels in town that were like taking, like, oh yeah, you're on a label or whatever. But just wanted to put something on there that just, you know, put on our releases that was a label. And I guess I have a label where I would love to like help people put out records. But so far it's only put out the flowers. But that's I guess my record label, yeah. And also was gonna be the name of the zine I wanted to start was Creature's Eye. But
So it's supposed to be like this whole expensive thing, but like it's just
right, and it could eventually blow up into that. Now that people actually know that exists, I guess I probably should actually do something with it. But it was just an idea I had that, yeah, I started kind of putting on things.
Okay. Well, also when I was looking through the Creature Eye Instagram page, I found that there was this thing. It was like Creature Eye, like #1 or whatever. Like, what was that #1? What was that exactly?
Creature's Eye #1 was a solo guitar abstract noise cassette that I made. And yeah, I think I only made 10 of them and sold them on my birthday. So it's just an experimental, like David Lynch type soundtrack thing that I made.
Okay, and I also saw that in the second post announced that it had sold out, that there would be a 2 and a 3 coming soon, but they never did. What happened?
Well, no, #2 is the second Flower single, 7-inch, which was Invisible Man, Fuzzface, and Overwhelmed. So that I think I did post, but #3 I guess would technically be whatever our next record is.
So it's not explicitly #3, but it is in spirit.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll probably have that catalog number on it, I guess. Yeah.
Well, how would you say like the local music scene here, at least in Modesto and Central Valley, how has it evolved? How has it changed? And has it changed for better or worse?
Go ahead, Stephen.
Well, I moved to the Bay in 2017, and I just moved back this year. I quit my job because it sucked, and I kind of like the Valley more than the Bay right now. The scene kind of just like disintegrates over time, but then since I came back, there's like a bunch of younger bands, which is tight, but there's nowhere to like collectively. We need like some spot to do music all together that's like not taken over by like the old people that run Modesto, like old white people and
That play cover songs.
Like all the rockabilly bands here.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Well, even worse, I think, than the rockabilly bands are the classic rock cover bands.
Ooh.
That play like 3-hour gigs for $150,
Ooh.
and they play everywhere, so that no one wants original bands to play.
Yeah.
Cause, yeah.
So like a majority of what you said, like although there has been like spikes of originality, just like mostly just like boring, tired rock and roll covers.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it happens every few years. I feel like we never wanted to break up and like start something new. It's like, at least to me, it's important to have like a band that has been around and plays and changes and evolves and wants to support those other bands. Like recently started playing with, we played a gig with eSex and Druid Oz.
Oh, the one with
Fuzz
Ralston's goat, right?
Yeah, and you know, and we have friends in Merced and stuff, and we're really good friends with Sloom and all of that, and it's salacious, obviously, you know, but just, yeah, I mean, I forget where I was going. But hey, all those bands are sick. Ted Barber band.
Aren't they like playing the show like tomorrow? Actually,
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play bass in Ted Barber band.
A little self-insert.
So, hey, little, check out the Ted Barber band.
To you up there.
Hey guys, I just play bass though.
You
I
just get added, dude.
yeah, tomorrow's my first gig with them.
Oh.
Well, first gig on bass, because the second Ted Barber gig, Eli was on guitar, I was on drums, Zach, our old bass player, was on bass and stuff, and that was a lot of years ago. But there's definitely people making music and working on it, and I feel like right now is a good upswing for the scene. Like I said, like you guys like coming out and doing a zine, it's like yes, more stuff. There's more people that like care about music and want to like
art in general.
yeah, and art and want to have like I guess a sense of like pride with the scene and stuff. You know, I think it's really important to support local bands.
Well, you mentioned that like in your experience, like there's like a uptick and then like it just kind of like fades away. Like, what do you think the problem is with that?
I think people get bored. People do a lot of the same stuff maybe for too long. I don't really know.
And then just like get burnt out.
Yeah, just like, and then just don't do anything new. I mean, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I guess so. And then also just like, I don't know. It's like sometimes like it just gets harder to find new venues to play at, and so there's not really this like steady.
Yeah, because there's no like legitimate like brick and mortar like music specific venue here.
Totally.
Yeah, because like the only main two like it's like 1870 and Persuasion, and they're both just breweries.
Exactly.
That
And I
happen to
don't
rent them.
think Persuasion does gigs anymore.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the entertainment license like they haven't renewed it as recently.
Yeah, or they didn't have one, and then
They got caught for it.
yeah, because they did like an event for cops,
Oh yeah, the fentanyl
Yours.
awareness one, or was
Yeah.
that different?
something
No,
like
that
that.
was that one. Yeah.
It was something like that where the cops were there hanging out, and it was all cool for their event, and then they saw a flyer for another show coming up, and they're like, "Wait a minute, you don't have permits for that."
Fucking cops, man.
Yeah, totally. No,
Classic
I'm pretty
cop.
sure that's what happened with that. And then 1870, I've never played there. I've never been there. Is that in Modesto?
Yeah, it's
down the
it's
corner.
yeah, it's right next to Ralston's.
Yeah.
In front of the Starbucks.
On J9.
Oh yeah, that place. Okay,
Yeah, we haven't been there
didn't.
yet.
No, I didn't know that was the name of that.
It's been kind of popping lately. though.
Yeah.
They did some metal shows there.
They've been doing a bunch.
Mm-hmm. Like a bunch of touring bands, like because it's like the only real like legitimate venue, I guess, so to speak.
Right. Yeah.
Like right when we started playing, the last actual venue in town closed down. It was called the Fat Cat. And that was like, it had a nice stage. It probably fit maybe 800 people max, but they had a balcony. And it was just for music. And it was like really popping. It had like a built-in crowd, a big bar, and that shut down like probably 2016, 2015.
Well, why did it shut down? What happened to it?
I think the owner just couldn't hold
He
on
just
to it
wanted to
anymore.
sell it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
the
it
church
got-
ended up buying it.
It got bought by the house
Oh
and turned into a coffee shop.
Yeah.
no
and
way!
Then it's this new bird clock my brother bought. It goes off like every hour. It's been driving me crazy all day. I don't like it. And then the house sold it, and now it's going to become a children's museum.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the one?
It's on 10th, no 11th.
It's in front of the parking garage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it under
Exactly.
construction.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Yeah.
place I guess used to have like really cool bands, but
Yeah, they would have like all touring bands. We saw Snoop Dogg there once.
Oh, really?
Like they had anyone from like.
We were underage when we were at that show. That was sick.
Yeah, that's probably why they shut down. Actually,
We probably didn't help that.
we were in there underage.
They brought us in through the kitchen.
You guys are directly responsible why it doesn't exist.
Yeah, you know, actually, I
Hey,
think
side stage for
maybe
Snoop Dogg though.
maybe we're the reason the scene sucks. I just fucked everything up. Now I don't know. Bands used to play at Queen Bean all the time,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but
Great coffee
Queen
house.
Bean fell off, and then bands used to play at Diva all the time, Diva Cafe, and then they stopped doing gigs, and then they sold it, and now it's going to become a new coffee shop called like Penny University. And then there was the Shire, which I don't know if you guys, you ever heard of the Shire?
I don't think so.
Dude, the Shire was so sick.
Shire's where we threw all of our art shows and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it was.
Basically, it gave you just unlimited creative freedom. Like if you're like, I want to completely redo your entire backyard and garage, decorate everything all over, book what bands I want, they would let you do it. Like they just let you go insane.
Yeah, it was a detached garage and a huge backyard over in like the La Loma area, and we played shows there all the time, to the point where there was people talking shit on Twitter because they're like the Flowers just are always on every Shire gig.
Oh my god.
But it was because we were throwing all those gigs.
Oh my god. Now I hear that nowadays, like people are getting tired of 1870 because like, oh, it's the only place where shows happen. It's like people get bored, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's so, to a degree, I think that's silly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like,
because the same people saying that like they weren't even into music like the same way they are now, and like most of this stuff happened like as of like 5 months ago, around more or less.
Yeah.
And like we didn't really have music popping off the same way we do now.
Totally.
And now like 5 months later, they're like, oh, we have the only one place.
Yeah.
dude, take the one place. It's better than no place.
I mean, I forgot the name of it. I think it's like 1325. They just opened.
On McHenry,
Yeah,
right?
McHenry next to the Metro PCS.
Yeah, because have they only done one show? Do you know?
Yeah,
it was
just
the
one.
These Street show.
Yeah.
the other day, right.
Such a
That
great
shit
show.
looked awesome.
It was so good.
You went?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's cool. I love These Streets.
Mhm.
Cameron's my friend, and all those dudes are our friends.
Yeah.
That show looked insane. I was so bummed I couldn't go.
Well, why couldn't you?
I was practicing with Ted's band,
Oh.
and then Ted didn't want to go. Put Ted on blast. Ted didn't want to go to the These Street show.
Yeah, cancel that.
Dude, cancel Ted. Boo. No, I love Ted. He'll probably watch this. I love you, Ted.
But fuck, I forgot where I was gonna go.
You're good, man. You're good.
Oh yeah, well since 1325, I think that's the name. Since they opened up, I hope more shows are gonna happen in a more like sporadic location, because like that's a completely dedicated music venue right there.
That's sweet.
But
yeah.
from what I heard, I think it's like exclusively like CVHC, like hardcore bands.
Really?
From what I've heard. Yeah. Is it only hardcore? Or?
Mostly just hardcore.
Oh.
Did the CVHC guy open it?
I think so. From what Roland told me.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I feel like it'll probably be kind of cliquey. I could see it being mostly like very curated to like that one thing, but I don't know. I might have to hit Cameron up about us doing a show there.
Yeah. And it's like really like such a bummer because like, you guys talk about these venues that existed like a couple years ago, or whatever, that like have like really like big names or like really interesting names that come through, or whatever. And like I remember, I think it was a year ago or something, I picked up an issue of the Modesto Bee, and it was talking about life in the 80s or whatever. And I still have the article cut up, like I cut it up and put it on my wall. But they were talking about this old venue called Dazzler's Underground that existed in the 80s, and like not just there specifically, but like also in the junior college like auditorium, they would have like Skanking Pickle, and like Mustard Plug, and like a bunch of ska bands, and like in the 60s, like the Doors played a show in Modesto here.
So did the
Definitely.
so did
Johnny
the Grateful
Cash.
Dead.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash played in Modesto?
Yeah, I'm wrong. Well, he played in Riverbank, but
That's not Modesto, dog. The Grateful Dead played in Modesto.
And I'm pretty sure like also like I think it was like either Primus or Incubus. I'm pretty sure they
we
played a
saw
show.
Primus in Modesto.
Well, I've seen Primus in Modesto twice, but they played in the 80s too.
Yeah.
His dad probably played that show. Primus played a Kager party in airport in the 80s. My dad went to it. He had no idea who the fuck they were. He was just there to get drunk. And he's like, this band is weird. I like this.
But
No, but I mean, and there was a lot of big bands that played
Yeah.
in the 80s, you know,
There's a lot of venues here
and the
too in the
90s
80s,
too,
90s.
because Eli's dad was in like this super bitchin' band called Fathom, and they're on YouTube, and they played with like Ace Frehley from Kiss, and Zach Wild from Ozzy's band played here, and yeah, there's tons of bands that played in this area, and Stockton and Merced and stuff. Like gigs used to happen in the valley all the time, like super legit ones.
Well, the point I was getting with that little segue or whatever is like, you think that we can ever come to a point where we can like relive that experience of like being kind of on the map? Because like Modesto is technically a big city, but like it doesn't feel like one. You know, there's not really
Right.
life here.
I think that the way to do that is everybody either has to hate each other or fully support each other, and hate each other in the sense that they're going to top each other, and everybody's just got to be doing it, you know, got to be going for it. And things like a zine or like bands and like big shows and cross-pollinating like genres and doing things that are like outside the norm maybe is like the way to do that, I think.
From my understanding, the reason there's not a crazy big art scene here, because there's totally a crazy amount of artists here, like musicians, whatever. But our city council is just like the oldest like white dudes that are like hate fun or just hate.
They're like,
you know,
fun fascists, dude.
Yeah,
they're like
exactly.
the fun police, dude.
It really
So
is
we
like
need to
that.
get those fuckers out of here,
Yeah.
and like it's way harder than it should be to open a venue or even get permits for a show.
Or like play a show at all.
Yeah, then it should be. Yeah, exactly.
Because I remember my friend, I don't know if you had heard of it before, but like he used to have this brick and mortar location downtown next to the State Theater, Metal and Beyond Records. And we tried throwing a show there. It was like black metal, like a bunch of extreme metal, right? And we put the flyers up around town, and then he gets a call from the city itself, and it's like,
oh shit.
yeah, you can't play that show, and if you try playing that show, we're gonna have the police come and like shut it down.
Whoa.
Like they like threatened him with police action to not play
Is
that show.
that place used to be Still Smoking, right?
I'm not
Used to
entirely
be-
sure.
I think it used to be I think that's where Still Smoking was, which
Gotcha.
we
Yeah.
probably, because there used to be shows there that caused a lot of problems. Yeah, I remember when we first started throwing shows, we would go and staple flyers up, and always getting told we were gonna get in trouble.
I remember, like, I think he told me, like, one-on-one, because, like, we're really good friends, like, we were just in the shop chilling, and, like, we were talking about it. And he mentioned, like, he was, like, going around town, like, putting up flyers, whatever, and he got a lot of ugly faces, and, like, eventually he got the call from the city, and, like, I think his reasoning for that is because, like, the occult satanic imagery within the music or whatever, like, I don't know if you're familiar with true crime history in Modesto, but with the Lacey Peterson case, like, people, like, think, like a lot of people think that like satanic groups are involved in Lacey's murder, and maybe that connection of Satanism to the music with the Satanism of the true crime. I feel like society here is like very adverse to anything extreme because it reminds them of like horrible things in the past. You know, it's like the old people in like the city council or whatever are afraid of like all this extreme or even mildly entertaining or like out there music. Like, what do you think a problem as a society here? Why do we have that such problem? You know,
Like, probably exactly what you just said. It's just like this weird fear of something like that, you know, like the Lacey Peterson thing, and just the hangover from like the 80s satanic panic and stuff. Because Modesto is a big city, but it's also like it is also simultaneously feels so small, you know, and it's so conservative and stuff. What do you think about the satanic thing?
I mean, it's stupid.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, definitely going to definitely lean into it a lot more than I like actually am satanic or like do have a cult, but you know, that's just entertainment.
Yeah.
But I want, I mean, like, we can't stop making music or stop throwing shows even if they get shut down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something too. It's just that people we just all gotta just keep pushing forward and trying to keep throwing shows and stuff, even if they we're gonna come shut you down. Bring it on.
I mean, there's definitely always going to be an opposing force.
Yeah.
Even in an ideal world.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you really just don't have a choice other than to just fucking go for it. And sometimes the chaos makes for better art anyway, so you may as well just make it chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, I know in like a lot of bigger towns and stuff, and different scenes, people just do generator shows in places that like you really shouldn't have a show.
Yeah, well, I think I did that like 3 weeks ago, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's funny you bring that up. As me and my friends, like, they had like a little skate, so it's like a music thing, and we did it like right at the Davis parking lot. And like he just bought a generator.
That's sick. Did you guys get in trouble?
No, completely scot free.
Fuck yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
There you go. You gotta keep doing those.
Yeah.
You know, and let us know. We'll come play.
Totally.
General shows where it's at. For real.
Yeah, you know, and that's one of the biggest hurdles is having a generator.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Just like having enough money to even rebel. You know, rebellion costs money.
Dude, yeah.
That's crazy.
Art costs money, and people don't want to pay for it.
Yeah. Especially city council.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I have one last question for you guys, and it's a pretty generic question, I'd say. But like, with you guys' experience of being over like 10 years, like having a music career that spans 10 years, what do you have to say to these up and coming artists, like whether it be music or like just fine arts or anything, any creative project? What advice would you have for them?
Should we go down the line and you say something?
Yeah.
There you go.
I just wouldn't stop making music. Like, if you guys make music and you feel like weird about it or you don't like it, like that'll go away, and like you'll be wanting to show people what you made. You won't feel bad about it, but like just don't stop.
Just keep going is what you're saying.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I would probably just echo that same thing and just say, I mean, I think a lot of people that make art, that's the only thing they know how to do. And like, just don't stop doing it. You just gotta keep like putting everything into it. And even people that just want to do it for fun, it's like just put everything into it. You gotta do it every day, you know? And I have always loved that about the people that we've that have been a part of the Flowers, because there's been more than obviously just us three. But the times that it worked the best and the times that we did the most was when everyone was talking and everyone was excited and just trying to like keep pushing like that whole thing forward. That's like my favorite thing about having Steven in the band, and like where we're at right now is like I'm just excited every day about what we're gonna do next, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say couldn't agree more with both of them, and I'd say it's just as important to go to local shows as it is to play them. And everyone knows somebody different, and don't gatekeep anything that, you know, if there's a band that you think is better than your band and you know someone that might be able to get them a better show, there's a lot of like weird feelings that I feel like also stump community growth, where like people are like, oh, well, I'm not going to tell them because, you know, who knows, they might get a better opportunity than us. Like, no, give them that opportunity. Like, both of you take that opportunity. And that's kind of the nice thing about kind of us being a little bit older in the music community now, is just that like any of these young bands coming up like eSex or True Dawes, it's like, if I can get you guys a show in LA, like we're gonna get you a show in LA.
Yeah.
You know, like being able to help anybody you can and just, you know, showing up and showing support is more important than I definitely thought it was when I was a kid and just playing like crazy.
So like what you're trying to say is like try to be a part of the community that you're trying to foster as well.
Totally.
Yeah, I guess actually you put me on a different path for a second, where I'm gonna agree. You have to share your friend's shit. If your friend puts out music, post it to death. Tell everybody about it. Be excited that your friends be as excited that your friend just put out music as you would be if Kanye put out music. You know what I mean? or if, you know, whoever, I think that that's like a huge thing too, is like people like trip on whether that's like weird to do or not, you know, like to like, oh, well, that's cool, you made music, man, but it feels weird to post it on my story. Like, no, fuck that. Post the shit out of your friends' stuff. Help your friends grow, because that's how other people are gonna find out about them, and art, and not just music. But you know, I think that's super important.
All right. Is there any like last remarks or anything that you want to say before we finish it?
No. Listen to Salacious Wizard Cult. Listen to Ty Segall.
Wipe your ass.
Wipe your ass. Check out Haha Records for the weirdest music you could find. Listen to Ted Barber Band. Listen to eSex. Listen to Druid Oz. Stream the shit out of your friends' music.
Make art.
Post it all the time. Make your own art. Even if you think you can't play music or make art, you can. Especially if you believe in it. Just fucking put everything into it.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
And we're old, so listen to us.
Yeah, we're elders now.
Fuck. You kept saying like 9, 10 years old. I'm like, oh my god, it is that long. And we didn't even talk about how old you are.
All right. So I guess that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, seriously, thank you.
You're in a band and you want to have a concert, DM us. We're going to work your show for as low as $10. That is also an option. We offer door services, taking money, working merch tables, bouncing, security, and removing unwanted guests. We're friendly. 209 Security Militia. Hit us up.
1-800-209 Security.
Okay. So you guys are eSex, right? Unless I'm mistaken, right?
Last time we checked.
Yeah, last time you checked. How long ago was that?
We started. So he taught me how to play guitar.
So you didn't ask that,
I
yeah.
didn't ask that.
Yes, last time we checked was today. We practiced today.
Okay, so who's who? Who plays what for the camera?
Yeah. I'm Carlos. I play guitar.
I'm Mario. I play bass. Playing drum.
eSex is about like immaturity.
Yeah.
We're very like, our songs are kind of like escapism, and, like immature in a way.
How old are you guys as a band?
As a band, we started in, I would say 2021.
2020.
We started recording music.
It took 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, we didn't play until, we didn't ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you guys have any prior music experience before eSex?
Carlos used to do covers of like Neon Cat and like Tobuscus
This
songs.
is serious.
I'm so sorry.
No, I had no music. I started playing guitar when I was 19. I bought a little acoustic guitar.
Well, how old are you now?
24.
Oh, so it's like forever ago, huh?
Yeah, it's forever. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I'm not even that good yet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You've been to our shows, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so are you guys all originally from Modesto, or are you guys from somewhere else?
I'm from Turlock.
Ew.
Turlock.
I grew up in Modesto. Then I moved to Livingston, Mexico, and then Winton. And then I just commute to Turlock.
So you've just been all over the place?
Yeah, all over like Central Valley.
Big mistake.
I can go anywhere, any place with bike.
So, When you guys released MySpace Romance, right? There was a 2-month gap between you getting your first show and before the release of that. It was like 2 years of just like releasing singles or whatever. Why did it take you so long to even get that first show?
No equipment. We didn't have like real amps, and I was shy.
Shy.
Money is so shitty.
Yeah, mostly I think honestly just like not feeling confident.
Yeah.
We weren't confident in playing.
And we also we weren't aware of the whole scene here. You know? And then Carlos kind of found out and reached out and was like, oh, like people like music in the 209, you know?
Yeah, like the first people that reached out to us was Junebug. And like they kind of like they're like the first like band to like ever people to like ever DM us and be like, hey, we want to play a show with you guys. We're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Wait, you guys could play shows around here?
But speaking of your first show,
Speaking of June.
you guys broke the unwritten rule of bringing merch to your first show. You guys brought CDs, shirts, and even fucking posters.
I don't know.
Why?
I didn't know that was a rule.
Trying to make money, dude.
You've never heard of that before?
We're broke, dude. I've never heard of that actually.
Never bring your merch to your first show?
I did not know
That's
I don't know.
common sense, don't you think?
Well, what if you did so good?
It paid off and like
It did, but like, why did you do it?
because I want to make fucking money.
I respect that. I wish I could be like you.
And like you still have your first edition eSex shirt.
And the CD. I bought both of them. I couldn't afford the poster though.
And like we were like happy with our aesthetic. So we wanted it out there in the world.
Okay. So you just wanted to spread your aesthetic seed?
Yeah, aesthetic.
Aesthetic? It's horrible. A song that you guys play a lot is I'm Just Like Cloud Strife, right? But like, is there any reason, like, what's the history behind that song? Like, it seems like a very like specific thing to write about or anything.
That's like, it's cool that you bring that. That's like the first song we made that like we like loved. Honestly, they were like really proud of. Even though it's so like easy, but like it was like early eSex defining sound.
Was it like in that like 1 year period before Punk Rock Girlfriend, or?
It was made after Punk Rock Girlfriend. It was made along with MySpace. Like I learned a few chords from a YouTube video, and like those same chords are used for both songs, chord shapes. I mean, and like that was like an era of like MySpace, Cloud, and French were all kind of like made around that era. We were like really happy with Cloud.
Well, what was so special about that song? Because you said it was kind of like an era where you're still like trying to discover your song, your sound. What was so special about that one song that just like stuck around?
Yeah, I think it was like different from the stuff we made before. That was just like Ramones core kind of sound. So like
Power chordy.
Yeah, power chordy, and like we thought it was like unique, I guess. And the lyrics just like came out, you know, just like freestyling.
Oh, just like random bullshit?
Yeah.
Oh, like every rock song ever.
Yeah. Then like I picked on our balance, I picked like a cool like cloud image. It kind of like fit the song. Like the song's kind of like blue, kind of like gloomy in a way. It's like.
Wow, I don't know. I don't listen to you guys.
Yeah. I haven't heard the song.
Okay, so with the release of your first single being Immolation, on Bandcamp it was released as December of 1969. Why was it released like that?
Summer of '69.
Yeah.
It was December of '69.
Summer of love, dude.
Well, it was. We grew
Bro,
up-
December is not the summer, dude.
It was hot in December at that time, so it was still the summer for us.
Oh.
It was sort of like an endless summer thing.
So is it actually like the date on there?
I think so. I guess so. I didn't know that.
It was pre-Z.
It was pretty bland.
Yeah.
I wasn't even.
So you hear a robot drummer.
It's Program Jones by Mario.
I see. And also, with the release of Immolation, it took 11 months and 21 days, 355 days total, for you guys to release your next single, Punk Rock Girlfriends, with the B-side of a Ramones cover.
Yeah.
Why is there such a long gap in between?
Well, the fun thing is like.
What the fuck is so funny?
Because there was a song in between. We dropped a song in between that.
Did you?
Yeah, but it's gone. It's so bad.
Why is it gone?
It was like so bad. Like Mario, it's a Mario song. He's like, please delete it.
Why?
It's gone
So,
everywhere.
I like never wrote stuff before, and then Carlos would write songs, and I'd be like, "Oh, Carlos can't be the only one that writes songs." So I tried, and I did like it was like G and C just over and over again, and it was the worst song ever.
Basically.
No,
Well, why not just release it? Why does it matter if it sucks?
I have a legacy to protect, man.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
We'll send you guys a demo.
wanting it
Yeah.
to be
I will leak
Remy
it.
the Dog song so bad. That would have been so much better.
Remy the Dog would have been a better song.
Yeah, I honestly.
A little more close.
Well, what was the worst? Like, what was so bad about that song in particular that just
just
made
the
you
verse would
embarrassed?
repeat over and over again, and then
Well, Ramones do that.
Yeah, but the Ramones at least have like they're catchy. This is just like there's no melody. I didn't know how to write like a hook. It was just G and C. Which is
The entire song?
Entire song.
Not even like a little like riff or anything?
No,
Just
dude.
G and C.
No riff. I don't think there was even bass yet in it.
There's some like octave stuff in
Then
it.
how are you writing that? Were you like not on bass yet at that point or what?
No, I think we were both guitar guys.
Because we both play guitar.
They were both doing guitar for a little.
Oh, so like how did that lineup like work? It was like two guitar players, virtual drums, or what?
Yeah, for a while, yeah. We thought we were going to find a bass player, and we never found one. And like we were happy with the dynamic of the three of us. And I was going to play bass.
That's the story of every bass player.
I was going to play bass, so
yeah.
And it was like, like, the better guitar player is going to play guitar, and the worst one's going to play bass.
Yeah.
Because less strings.
Like bass guitar and using that anyway, huh? Okay, so what's the story behind eSex, the SoundCloud release? Because like I don't hear about it anywhere. When you first released it, you barely advertised it or whatever. It's like kind of like the black sheep of your recording.
Yeah, I just felt like dropping some demos, like old songs that we have. Not old songs, but like of the songs that we have out already, because I like the sound of the old demos. It's cool. Like more like lo-fi, like phone recorded from our band labs.
Oh, is that from the band lab era? Oh, okay. Also, another thing about recording is all of your recordings of everything, they're not like professionally done or anything. Like, how do you guys go about recording it? Like, do you just like plop a phone down or what?
Okay. Damn, they all look at me though. At least for the album, if you're referring to the album, the French Mimi's album, it was recorded at his house in his room. It's a really tiny room.
It's actually a huge room in a mansion. So.
Yeah, okay, anyway, so it's a tiny room, and so Mario was able to go to Guitar Center, and by abusing their rental policy, he rented the equipment that we needed, which is the interface and the drum mics, to record the drum tracks for just like, how long was it? I don't remember.
We did for like a week, I think. We did, so we like, we went in, it was the big input. It had like 18 inputs. And we went in and we mic'd up all the drums and we recorded everything and then we returned it. And we were like, yeah, it's not working out for us. And then we added the guitars over, because I have like a 2 input Scarlett thing. And we used that to do like the vocals, guitar, stuff like that. And then this dude mixed everything.
Yeah, I mixed everything. I'm gonna say he has an illegitimate copy of FL Studio.
I may or may not
cut that out if you want for like legal reasons. I don't know.
I didn't hear anything, man.
But like all the plugins that are on that, I had to use like the baked-in ones, and they're definitely not great. But I kind of just did what I could.
Did your best with what you had,
to improve the audio to at least like the highest quality that I could. I have background like making electronic music like myself, so I know like not specifically like live stuff, but I know like basic like EQ stuff and like compression and all that. So I basically just applied like all the knowledge that I already had from like definitely different genres, but some of the same principles apply, and that's basically what allowed me to mix the thing like I mixed it. Specifically on the last song, Monaco.
Japan,
I did most of the like instrumentation in that song, aside from the guitar part.
You did the bass solo,
and I did a part of the bass solo. And, so that one was mostly me with the instruments, at least. Other than that, it was just tracking stuff and mixing it like as best as I could. I think it turned out okay. My opinion of it now is very different from how it was, because I've like learned a lot of stuff about live recording specifically. So I noticed some flaws in it, like some of the songs are a little bassy, and some of the songs are a little too squashed, I think. But it's just what makes it. So I think it's not really a problem, but just something to learn from and to help me improve the next thing. So,
all right. Do you guys ever like actually plan on going to like a legitimate studio to record, or you guys like the lo-fi sound that you have for all your recording?
Probably not soon, because we just got our own stuff a few days ago. We're gonna do it in Blaine's room again. So, Blaine's room new.
That same interface that we used for the the last album we bought it like full out, and also the mics. So we're doing like a more legit setup because we have a lot more time to work with, considering that we're not renting the shit.
Make it cleaner.
Yeah, so there's a lot more time to like delve into like very more specific things than just miking up shit and playing. We're planning on doing room treatment soon. We're using an old room in my house that's like, it has a higher ceiling than what his room had, so that was like the main reason that we chose this room. And also it's kind of like, there's not a lot of spaces around here that we could just use. Found that and able to use that.
Eventually. I feel like we'll go to a studio eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
You mentioned that you had a history of making like electronic music, right, or something like that. Can you delve more deeper into that?
It's I went into very like a lot of genres, but I probably first started around like 5 years ago, at least for producing. I was doing music way before that. Like I played guitar since I was like 9 years old, and then piano after that. Piano's kind of the main thing. But producing, I started around 5 years ago, and I was just making like type beats, basically.
Just 1 month.
No way. But when are you guys plan on releasing new work, like new material? Because you guys when you guys play live, like Sad Buddha, it hasn't been released anywhere, I don't think. You guys have a lot of songs that are just like exist, but you haven't like recorded yet. When will that come into fruition?
Touchy subject right now,
Yeah,
bro.
we're just recording stuff. So we gotta set up like we said earlier, like we have the studio. It's just setting up. It's just it's a sync. We just done more stuff into it.
Probably like in a few months.
Yeah.
We got a whole vault.
A whole vault. It's like Michael Jackson.
We're gonna release like 3 at a time.
Like 3 songs at a time? Would you?
Well, no, we're gonna release 3 first, then probably after that like an album.
Sure. You guys seem to be like a singles type of band. Is there any reason why?
Too lazy to finish it off.
Yeah, well, because like when you're like starting out, it's like no one's gonna want to listen to a full album of like a band they don't know. Might as well just like drop singles.
Nowadays, that's what gets numbers.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just the practicality.
Because like the streaming industry and stuff like that.
It's honestly a product of that. Although an album is like much deeper to me than singles, but
it's more
that's just which we have to do.
It's more like creatively fulfilling though to make an album. Yeah. Like the EP was like a creative thing. Like, even though singles don't do as well, like we wanted to make an EP, like a little collection of songs that sounded good together.
I feel like the album singles came out of it. People like MySpace, people like Library Girl, stuff like that. I think just starting out, we needed to release singles, just so people like we have like a resume.
Just like to put you on the map.
Yeah. But now we can focus on like longer stuff.
But like nothing ever happened out of those singles. Like nobody ever heard us from those singles. People didn't hear us really. Well, people barely know us. Just only in Modesto. Didn't hear about us until like we played our first live show. Like I think that's the best way to like get your music out there. It's just like doing live shows.
Yeah, grinding it out. Okay, so when you guys are doing sound check, you play like all sorts of songs. Like you hear him playing like Barbarism Begins at Home or like Rise Above, and like the sound check song you guys pick is The Cars. Where do you guys like derive your musical influences from? Like it seems to be all over the place, but do you guys have any specific areas?
Yeah, we love The Cars. Like their like pop writing, really good. And, like they're just like simple like rock and roll kind of writing. So like that.
Is it mainly just The Cars, or?
No, they're just one. Weezer. It's like this Japanese band called Number Girl.
Oh, Number Girl.
You know Number Girl?
I love Number Girl.
They're sick. Like their chords influenced me a lot. Jimmy Eat World. Recently, like more emo stuff like Cap and Jazz, Get Up Kids.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah.
So just like a lot of like 90s alternative rock in general.
I like Black Flag.
Yeah, we became good friends.
Yeah.
Because like I put him on the Black Flag.
You did not put me. Actually, GTA 5 put me.
That's true.
Ironically, GTA.
Well, they put everybody. My war did.
Yeah, that's how I discovered GTA 5.
Alright, speaking of, I don't know if it's a question later, but like, with Black Flag when we first like got together to jam. Me and Mario. It was just like a little amp, like a little 10-watt
Oh my
amp,
god.
and like him on a karaoke like vocal amp, and we did a cover of Scream.
Oh my
Black Flag.
god.
And it just like
The B-side of My War.
yeah,
So good.
It's just like 6 minute long, just like screaming. So.
For real. That's like every like Black Flag song if you really think about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. 6 minutes long.
For like everything from like My War onward, just like screaming.
Yeah,
It's great.
For real. It progressively gets worse too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you take out the Subway Surfers?
Yeah. This interview boring as hell. For Library Girl, I can't say that fucking thing because I'm not French speaking.
Tuma.
I don't know.
We call it Tuma.
Tumas, yeah. French movies and MySpace romance. Why did you pick these songs for the music video treatment?
Those are the songs we had.
That's it?
Yeah.
Cause, no, because you guys also had Cloud Strife at the time.
Yeah, well that was.
And the other songs from the French movie you beat.
I wanted that shit to be
That was before like Oscar started going to film school. That's like the reason That's the reason MySpace recorded for the video.
Did Oscar film that?
Yeah, Oscar filmed that one. He filmed most of them except for French movies. That's the one I directed.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because it was like a final school project.
Oh.
And he needed a music related thing.
Mm.
And he hit me up because I'm his brother. He's like, hey, you make music. Let's do something.
So you just like decided those songs just because like fuck it, no reason or what?
Yeah, I guess so.
You guys are so boring.
No, ask us some cool questions.
Also, what was like the process like itself of filming these music videos? Because like Oscar filmed it, right? And he's from LA, right? Like, did you guys like coordinate any way? Like, cause like he's over here because of the writer's strike, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
He's stuck over here.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, is there like anything like any difficulties that came along the way, like especially like the first music videos or what?
I don't know. It was really cool. Oscar hit us up that he wanted to do it. The only thing that was, like, these guys were really easy to plan with about getting there. So Oscar let us use his house. We stayed in his house. We went in, we filmed. MySpace was filmed like a real studio, which is really nice. And there was like, like a set, like it felt like we were in Hollywood.
Like a soundstage, right?
Yeah.
The fact that I got there was a miracle.
Oh yeah.
It was not easy.
Flame came in like a trek, dude. It was crazy.
So the story is, I went to visit my girlfriend who's in UC Santa Cruz the day before. So I had to, and we started like 12, like noon.
Yeah, we started shooting like 12.
We had to start the shooting at like noon, and it's a drive from Santa Cruz, bro. It's like, was it like 6 or 7 hours or some shit?
Six.
Yeah. What was the soundstage?
It was in LA. It was
yeah. So
you had to take the GTA highway.
yeah, literally, bro. So I got up like 5 a.m. I didn't even sleep, like barely, the night before, because I was like so nervous. Like, fuck, am I gonna die on the drive there? Like,
You look like a zombie.
literally, I looked like a fucking corpse in that video, bro. Like,
That's why he's green in the video.
it was so hard to get the timing because of that. Just because I was so exhausted. That was like the main challenge with that video.
Just like secret information.
I'm fucking surprised I even got there on time.
You got there perfect timing.
Yeah.
Too. 'Cause they're like, they set everything up and they're like, okay, where's Blaine? We're like, I think he's coming. Then, guys, you know, the light shone.
The only thing keeping me going was that fucking Watermelon Red Bull, bro.
Shout out Red Bull.
Yeah, shout out Red Bull.
Monaco, Japan, across the sea, drinking the things they sell to me.
Although you guys haven't been in the scene for so long, how have you seen it like change so far? Because like although you're not like a Modesto native specifically, you know, like you've lived here long enough to like see anything, right? And like to see like the lack of stuff here, like how have you like seen like it change, you know, in general? Like has it become more lively? Has like music been booming in a certain way, or like how do you see it?
I feel like there's a good like crowd growing. Like there's a good little attendance. There's like at least like, if it's a good show, like at least like 70 people or 80 people, you know, which is good.
Some of the kids actually care.
Yeah,
they want to make something.
I feel like there's nothing else to do except for like for young kids, like except for like smoke and like drink, and they still do that at shows either way.
Yeah.
But like,
So like the music is like an escape.
yeah, it's like an escape.
I feel like for some people it's more than that. Like for you guys, for like Crow and stuff, like you guys know music? Like Anthony, Flynn, like those are people that like love music, you know. They know like music history and stuff like that. And they it's more than just like I guess, you know, it feels like they know what to do, you know, and they make stuff happen. They release stuff. They do shows. Like Roland puts on a bunch of shows and stuff. They actually like feels like they actually want to grow something. Yeah.
I like how like youth based the scene is, because the guy who books in those shows is Roland. He's like 17. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like I don't know what the real history is, but like from my perspective, from what I've seen, it's like I feel like it started with 1,000 Roaches and like Disfigurement, like booking on their own shows, you know, and playing like these big shows and like more people coming, like because their friends tell each other like, oh, you got to go see these guys, you know, and yeah, and that's like the first show that we went to. That was part of the scene was 1,000 Roaches and Disfigurement.
The one at Mod Spot, right?
No,
which one?
We missed that one.
No, which
that
one
was
are you
before
talking
we
about?
existed.
You said the
No, was it?
1871.
The 1870. 1,000 Roaches.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the first show we went to.
I have no perception of time.
Yeah, dude.
So.
Fuck that.
Wait, then which one did you guys go to?
That's the one we went to. Yeah, with 1,000 Roaches Disfigurement. Do you remember that show at all? Yeah, in March. Yeah. And like our first show was in March.
It's like March 31st, right?
No, it was like March 4th. Yeah.
Sure.
And then we saw you guys with Disfigurement at that brewing place. And then the next day, we went to Manteca to see you guys as well. It's like Curb Stomp 209.
Oh yeah, the secret set, yeah.
Secret set.
When John was still on vocals.
Yeah, Post Harm and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, it was like we'd never like been to like metal underground hardcore shows in our lives. We were like indie. We were just like nerdy indie kids. You know? And we were like, what the fuck is this? Like we went to especially the Disfigurement Roaches show. We never like seen any of you kids before. It's like all these like emo looking, like goth looking girls like smoking hella cigarettes.
Bro, you know the show's gonna be trash when you
yeah, dude. But it was like so sick, you know.
It was awesome.
Yeah, considering how like conservative the area is around here, I really think of it as like a rebellion against that, and like just like an expression of how like tired we are of feeling like everyone around us is like has that conservative mindset and like is so close-minded. I feel like what draws people to it in a way is like being a part of a community that's like tired of that and wants to like express against that.
Also wonder too, because we're a bit older than you guys, I wonder if it's like kind of like COVID related, because you guys were like in lockdown for like 2 years when you guys were like 12 or 13 or whatever, and now there's like now there's like these shows that are happening.
That long, huh?
These shows that are happening, you get to like get your energy out and like punch people and like get your anger out, you know?
You had enough time to practice guitar, practice singing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Also like that, it's like big crowds in a small town for like underground music, you know, like black metal and like mincecore and like hardcore isn't like the most popular thing in the world, but like people are showing up to these shows.
Because the only thing here.
Yeah, it's the only thing here. And we're lucky, like we don't make that type of music, but we're lucky that like we've been able to like play with bands like that. It's really fun.
Yeah, no one's been a gatekeeper. They've been really like super welcoming.
Oh, I haven't been doing my job now.
You failed at gatekeeping. Yeah. You let us in.
I fucking love metal personally. That's like one of the big influences for me. So it's like really refreshing and glad to see bands like this.
209. But although you guys haven't been in the music scene for so long, you guys have like only existed for like what, a year or two, like playing music, right?
A year, seriously.
A year. Like, how have you like? Do you have like any words of like recommendation or like how, like any like wisdom that you have to bestow or anything?
Focus on like writing music that you like and like being happy with the music you make, and like your confidence will translate during live shows.
And hit people up. You know, I feel like reaching out to people is really scary at first, but once you reach out to one person, they reach out to others. Especially in the music scene, it's very corrosive.
It's like a domino.
Like spread. Yeah. It's really nice.
Yeah, and be like nice to other musicians and to people that go to your shows. Be like accepting of everybody.
I'm very bad at it, and I don't do it. Full disclosure, but networking is like that's what he does. It's very important, like for a lot of things.
Carlos is more the networking guy.
Yeah, it's like it's not like immediately apparent to a lot of bands, but networking is very important. Like just forming a circle.
I feel like, I don't know, it seems super like, I have to go and network with bands, but it's really like just talking to people.
Yeah, just like send casual DMs to a band. Be like, yo, we should play a show sometime. Keep us in mind. Like, that will get you like far. I feel. That's what we've done.
I feel like especially as like just always put new people on. As you get up there and venues, reach out to other people and be like, hey, you guys can play there, or like, hey, do you guys want to join on our set?
Like be like a helping hand.
Yeah, just like make sure everyone can play equally. Don't be like, well, now that we're here, I think I'll just stay right here. It's not good.
I also love giving bands their debut shows. So that's kind of cool. Like I wanted to give Romantico their first show, and Interns Club their first show. It's like I like their music. Well, I didn't know what Romantico sounded like. I just thought it was cool.
Okay, I have one final question for you guys. Alright, although the Modesto music scene as we know it today hasn't existed for that long, it probably existed for as long as you guys existed, maybe a little bit longer.
Would you say like December?
Around more or less. I don't know. I don't have perception of time, man. I already told you. Although bands have existed before, like a bunch of hardcore bands, like been on for like a decade at this point, like these streets. The music scene as we know it today is kind of been it's like versioning, right? It's like basically just came into existence,
it's
right?
A reboot.
Yeah. Where do you see it in 5 years? Like at the rate it's going right now, and with the history of basically coming out of nowhere, where do you see it in 5 years?
If people get along, it could last. If the kids, the 15-year-olds that are going to shows, are inspired to start their own bands, it will last. But if people don't get along, and there's a bunch of bullshit going on, and people turn bad, if we let bad people into the scene, it'll end. It'll end by the end of the year.
The drama kills everything.
Yeah, because there's been scenes before. There's been scenes before. There was an indie scene a few years ago. Some older indie bands, but shit happens. It ends.
So the ultimate word of advice is just get along with each other.
Yeah, just be.
See the bigger pictures.
Care about the music and be a good person. I feel that will keep.
Well, since that was the last question, you guys have any any remarks or anything you want to say to the camera before we end?
Thank you guys for having us. Shout out to the CV, the Central Valley Alternative.
No.
CVA, right?
CVA.
Oh, Central Valley area, right?
There's one more letter.
Magazine?
No.
Huh? C?
CVAZ?
No. It's CVA blank Z. No, X. What?
It's because you saw Gabby do it.
Straight Edge.
Yeah. Central Valley Straight Edge magazine.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's where we are now. Huh?
What do you guys call?
What do I got to tell you?
We can shout you out.
What do you guys call? They won't tell.
Or gatekeeping.
You guys are gatekeeping.
I told you I was gonna do my job. Central. Fuck, I already.
You don't even know.
No, I remember. Trust me. Central Valley Area Music Zine.
Yeah. Shout out to the Central Valley Area Music Scene. Thanks for keeping the scene alive. I'm Mario. That's Blaine. This is Carlos, and we're eSex.
Is that it?
Yeah. Do anything else?
Also, yippee! For chasing nostalgia, for letting us be here. Thank you for letting us be here. Gracias.
Yeah, they put us on one of our first shows. It was on the sidewalk.
Oh, it was the parking lot thing.
Yeah,
of
we
the
played
event.
on the sidewalk right here.
Yeah, I was there. Well, I wasn't there. I was the one after one. I was the one after.
You were at your own show. You were at the. We played here and then we went to Manteca to watch you guys play.
Okay, well, that's basically it, I guess. Yeah. All right. Yay, we're done.
Monaco, Japan, across the sea.